Good morning, everybody. It's your boy D Mac. Let's talk, man. We got some serious business to talk about because this right here is real crazy, bro. And it backs up the story that I talked about earlier, reinforcing my position on the NFL training camp brawls that they've been having. The news that just came out that former Miami Hurricanes football player Brian Potter, who was a star lineman in 2006, was murdered in 2006 by his own teammate, who turned out to be Rashawn Jones, who was also playing for Miami Hurricanes in 2006. No, this is a 15-year-old case, and they just cracked it. And at this time, Rashawn Jones is 35 years old now. He had moved on with his life. I don't know what he was doing in his life at this moment, but all of this time that went by, man, and it goes to show you how a person get caught up in that life, man, and get caught up in just trivial stuff, man, and it goes way too far. That's why I say y'all need to check that stuff that y'all doing right now, fellas, because these are the types of things that can end up happening with these skirmishes and stuff that y'all be having on the field. So now you have uh they said it went down at an apartment complex. I guess they got into an argument or a fight or whatever, and Rashawn Jones shot him down. Now, mind you, after this whole time, he going to the candlelight vigils with his teammates, sitting there acting like he mourning the loss of his teammates, stuff like this, being around the family, probably hugged the family and stuff, acting like he didn't have no parts in it when the whole time he was the killer. And he stayed silent for 15 years. If it wouldn't have been for the cell phone records and stuff like that, and the history of them beefing with each other, then they probably would have never found out that it was him, man. And I know that family is crushed. Both families is crushed, man. But in particular, Brian Potter's family. Man, this dude was on his way. He was a star lineman. Ain't like he was just a guy that was trying to make the cut on the Hurricanes team. And for you to be a star lineman on the Miami Hurricanes team, that's saying a lot about that dude. And this other dude, Rashawn Jones, cut him down, destroyed his family, destroyed his own family with a poor decision in that moment. Was it the decision that was enhanced by outside influences such as um, CTE? Could it be a brain issue that's going on with that dude? Because we reflect back to the Aaron Hernandez case, and Aaron Hernandez had a whole lot of problems, and he went all the way left. He's the extreme case of where this CTE can take you. And then you also have Junior Seau, who played with my best friend's older brother, Natron Means, and he took his own life. Junior Seau, man, to meet him in person, man, he was a great dude, man. And to think that would happen, there had to be something really, really wrong. So in this scope, there's a whole lot of things to unfold. There's a whole lot of layers to this onion to unwrap because did this kid, Rashawn Jones, suffer from any mental health issues or any head issues because of what he was going through? That could very well be the case. We don't know. But we have seen the studies. We've seen the movie that Will Smith made about it, and we know that when these guys have these head injuries, that it changes their behavior, and the path of their life goes from there. We see Ray Caruth back in the day, who had his baby mother killed, and the child, thank God, he survived. But these guys are really, really having some mental blocks somewhere that's causing them to go out and act in this manner. You look at Richard Sherman, his recent incident with the law and his in-laws and his wife. these are situations we need to be concerned with, because a lot of these guys are getting into these types of situations. I forgot the running back for who was it? Not Tariq Hill, but the other running back. He was a dope running back, man. And he got in some trouble that almost cost him his career. Ray Rice cost himself his career by beating up his girl. We saw the video, and there's many, many more. So this whole we have to look at this mental health thing seriously, and the hits that these guys are taking and how it's affecting their behavior, how it's affecting their reaction to things. I've been through the mental health field myself by, the things that I've done in my life, and I understand it from an inside perspective. So as much as I want to call this dude a dirt bag and a scumbag and all that, man, I can't. I can't, because I understand the turmoil that goes through the mind of somebody who's dealing with mental health issues. And I don't want to X that out as a factor in this case, because, like I said, we don't know all of the details yet. So I never demonize nobody, what I'm saying, until all of the facts are out on the table. And that's still not me demonizing them. That's just their demon actions being exposed to the world. So that ain't on me. I'm just pointing out the obvious at that point, but I'm not going to jump the gun on nothing. So I'm not going to demonize Rashawn Jones. I'm just gonna say, man, that's a heavy weight to carry all those years. You taking a life, that's a serious thing right there. That ain't no light thing to carry. And I don't care what people say. These dudes out here who are taking a life, man, when you taking a life, you don't feel like you think you're gonna feel. It don't go down like you think it's gonna go down. So, this is a sad situation, and this is an extreme situation. And I hate to have to be using this situation to reinforce my point about the violence that's going on in these training camps and these back and forths that's going on with these athletes. This is the prime example of what can lead to. This is what it can lead to when you have so much animosity towards your fellow athlete. Come on, man, we got to do better, man. Yo, Brian Potter and Potter family, rest in peace to you, young man. At this time, you'll probably be about 35 or 36 years old. But rest in peace to you. Condolences to the Potter family. Um, Rashawn Jones. Uh, my prayers go out to your family, man, and you. Um, Man, I don't even know what else to say about this thing, man. Somebody need to come on here and say something with me, man, because this is a story, bro. This is the types of things. This is exactly what I'm talking about when I say I leave the stats to the other guys, because everybody get caught up in the numbers and the performance and stuff like that, which is, yeah, that's what we're here for. That's what entertain us. But these people have things going on in their life, and some of these things that's going on in their life explains what's going on with them on the field and their behavior on the field, and why they can't catch the ball that they normally would catch with one hand, and all of a sudden they dropping everything. Why this quarterback can't get his timing back on even though he's feeling 100%. These are the stories right here that I be talking about that leads to the effect on their performances. And so it all goes together. It goes hand in hand. Man, salute to everybody who worked on this case, and the people who put in the time and effort to really bring some closure to the family. That was definitely needed. There's nothing like an unsolved murder of a family member, and you don't know what happened or why it happened or anything like that. And I know it hurt a little bit more to find out that it was one of his teammates, somebody that was supposed to have his back, somebody that was supposed to be his brother in arms. Um, Man, that's a hard pill to swallow. Football world, pay attention. Pay close attention, and I hope this story gets the coverage that it deserves, because this is a cautionary tale to everybody out there who's suplexing people and who ripping off helmets and connecting to the jaw and all of that stuff like that. This is a cautionary tale for you guys as to what can lead up um to happening if you don't cut this stuff out. Man, this is a crazy story. Just on a side note, man, I wanted to speak about something else that was pretty sad while we're on the whole sad and somber mood right now. There's a medalist from the Olympics, and forgive me for not remembering your name, young lady, but the story in itself will cause people to go out and look it up for themselves. But this young lady, she won a bronze, not a bronze, but a silver medal in her field, and when she came home from the Olympics, she had to auction off her silver medal in order to pay for a surgery for her sick child. And so our prayers go out to you, young lady, and your child. We hope that your child has a successful surgery and come out okay with a clean bill of health. Salute to you, young lady. Y'all go look that story up, man, because it's something definitely that people need to see and know about. Um, yeah, man, that's all I really wanted to come on here and address, man. All of you athletes, think before you act. Think before you act. Just take 2 seconds to think before you actually do something to somebody, because that decision can be a matter of life and death for you and for the other party. This is your boy D Mac. You know what I always say: sticks and stones can break your bones, but the word can always heal you. I'm out.